there. Hi, it's Thea. I'm here tonight for a little Q&A. So if you're here with me, it'd be great if you would let me know, did you make a New Year's resolution this year? And how are you doing with it? And the reason I asked that is because I too made a New Year's resolution. I told myself that I was going to eat healthy and eat way less cookies. And well, the cookies, they torment me. So it's nice to commiserate with somebody. So if you resolved that you would drink less wine and more tea, or if you resolved to quit smoking, or if you're on a diet as well, let me know that. It's nice to talk to somebody who's actually struggling as well with their little regime. So I got 3 pounds gone from eating less cookies, but it's been a difficult ride. So again, if you're here with me, just let me know if you made a New Year's resolution this year and how it's going. Also, if you're here with me tonight, I have a free gift for you. I'll give you a short story collection. It's kind of, it's not urban fantasy like my usual stuff. It's more of a literary fiction short story collection. Let me know you want that, and I'll make sure that after I'm done my live, I'll pop out and make sure you get a link to download that. If you're here during the replay, they'll still be at the end of the replay. If at the end of the video, if I can remember, I'll give you a link to a book that you can pick up for free on all of the retailers. It's on Amazon, Kobo, iTunes, and Barnes & Noble. That's it. Anyway, so I'm here tonight to do a Q&A, and every now and then I get questions through my email or through Messenger from some of my readers, which is like the best. I love getting questions. I love answering them, and usually I pop back an email, and it's kind of nice that way. But this year I told myself that what I was going to do was I was going to, a couple of times a month, come on, save up all the questions and answer them this way, just because it makes a bit more of a personal contact, and it I save the typing for the books that I'm writing instead of that, and it's easier to kind of, say some of the stuff than it is to type it. So tonight I have 3 questions. One from Lori, L-O-R-R-I. Have to spell it the right way. Make sure that if you're listening, you know that your question is being answered. Jane and Mike. So I'm going to get to those in a bit. But if you have a question for me anytime, send me a messenger request or a messenger message, or you can email your questions to thea@theaatkinson.com, thea@theaatkinson.com. And I usually get back to you and say, yeah, this is the answer, and I'll be talking about it a little bit more in my live video. So I'm going to try and do them a couple of times a month. So hello, Suzanne, voila. I'm waving back at you. It's nice to see you. How are you doing? This is, I was telling people earlier how much I love cookies, and in my last video I was telling them one of my things that I loved that I got for Christmas was cookies from you. So I've eaten them all, of course, they're all gone, and now that it's the new year, I'm on a regime trying to stay away from cookies. Anyway, so the questions, let's do those. So I have written them down so that I don't forget, but Lori wanted to know how long my series for Graves Files is going to go, or how long I have planned for the series. So just to give you a little bit of background, Graves Files is my new release. It's kind of like Supernatural. If you are a fan of the Supernatural series, you know what I mean. I'm a huge fan. It's kind of like Supernatural, but except with a chick. Like there's a female, and she's got 2 male friends, but they're the add-ons. She's the main character, and so she's a creature hunter, a vampire hunter, a demon hunter, all those things all rolled into one, and a little bit sassy. She has her own baggage, and the gentleman that she partners with, I think they're a little bit of fun. So I sent out emails every now and then, and somebody wrote me back, how long do you think that this, and it was Lori, how long do you think that this series is going to be? So when I wrote the first book, I wasn't sure how long. I knew that I wanted to make short stories, like short books, not really long. I wanted to make them so that you could, sit down in a couple of hours and kind of indulge in them. So they run about 25 to 35,000 words, or that's the plan, that they run about 25 to 35,000 words. And it's kind of, the goal is kind of like an episode on TV. It shouldn't take you too long to read, and you can watch and finish and pick up the next one. So I don't know how long, but I had planned to do a few of them and to see if there was any interest in them. So I'm getting some emails about it, and I'm pretty sure that since there seems to be some interest, that I'll be continuing the series. I have ordered a book 2 cover, so I'm kind of plotting out a second book right now. And if I continue to get interest in the series, I'll keep writing it. So thank you for your question, because it tells me that you actually are sort of interested in the series, and I'd like to keep working on it. It's one of those things that it's short enough that I can do it you know, in between books, or as, you know, one of the things that I do as a writer is I have a few big projects, and because, you know, we don't always, inspiration doesn't always strike with the right stuff at the right time. So if I sit down to write and I'm not feeling it for one particular book, then I just grab another. And so the Graves files will be kind of nice for me that way. I can just jot down, I'll plot them out, of course, but I can sit down and work 500 or 600 words at a time till I, you know, end up with a story. So that's going to be like they'll be my mid projects, but I do hope that to get at least 3 of them, and if there's further interest, then I'll keep that going as long as there's any interest for it. And if you have creatures that you're interested in, or stories that you'd like to see, or paths you'd like the characters to go down, absolutely send me a message about that, email me, respond to this video, and I'll try to incorporate all that into the series. So the long answer was that. The short answer is I'm not exactly sure, but I'd like to keep continuing it, and so long as there's interest, that's what I'll be doing. Jane, Jane, she said she just finished reading Blood and Stone, Maddox. So, and she wants to know if there's going to be more of his background story. And if you're not sure what Blood and Stone is, Maddox is a character from the Isabella Hush series. Right now there's 3 full novels and a Christmas story in the series. And Maddox is a character, he's one of the main characters that he recurs in every single book. He's like the slow burn love interest, I'd call it. He's kind of a interesting, enigmatic character. He definitely has a past, and so what I did is I wanted to explore what that was, and so I wrote a novella with Maddox's backstory in it, or his origin story, if that's the way I would rephrase it. And that's in Blood and Stone. And in Blood and Stone, we introduce a couple of characters, and one of the characters is his sister Tamar. So yeah, there'll be more in that small series, just kind of fill in the backstory of some of the stuff that I don't get to add into the Isabella Hush series. So yeah, there'll be more. Tamar her plotting is coming along slow, but she will have her own novella. So if you read Blood and Stone, which is free, by the way, on all the retailers, you can pick up a free copy of Blood and Stone Maddox from Amazon, iTunes, Barnes & Noble, and Kobo. So that, for your e-reader, you can get a copy of that for free for a while. I'm not sure how long I'm going to keep it free. I kind of wanted to tell my readers that they could go out and grab it for nothing. So if it's going to be there for a little while longer, not sure how much longer, but if you're interested, I'll put the link in the video description when I'm done the video, and you can go and grab that for free. So if you're here on a replay, there's your goodie. Mike asked me, will there be more Isabella? Yep, I'm working on her right now, as a matter of fact. And I get my inspiration from different places, and I love ancient history. And so anybody that knows me knows how much I love ancient Egypt and ancient Egyptian history, Greek history, Roman history, all that stuff. And so that stuff kind of goes in all of somewhere in my stories. And as a matter of fact, Cleopatra has done a cameo in one of my short stories, Taste of Opium. She's in there. And she's also doing a cameo in Soul Merchant, which is the next and upcoming Isabella Hush book. So that book is being written right now, and I'm putting sneak peeks on Instagram, and I'm putting out small little excerpts to my reading tribe through my email, and that's coming out June 23rd is the release date. And I'm really loving it because obviously, since I love Egyptian history, I kind of had to stick in somebody, and Cleopatra was like, I'm just mad for her history. So as a matter of fact, my husband, a bunch of years ago, he was driving through town looking for Christmas presents for me, and he saw in a furniture window an Egyptian, it was like a King Tut CD case. It stands about 5 feet, maybe 4.5, 5 feet, and he goes, there's only one person in this town that would love to have that, and that was my Christmas present. It's filled with CDs, but it's like a little sarcophagus. You open it up and the CDs are inside. So if you know me, Egyptian history is like one of my things. So Cleopatra shows up in that. So you're gonna want to read that when it comes out, because I'm enjoying it. So if I'm enjoying it, usually that kind of translates to a good story, I think, in my opinion. I hope anyway. So if you have been here with me live and you've dropped a couple of, you told me what your New Year's resolutions are, or you gave me a thumbs up or a wow or something, I told you I would give you a short story. So what short story collection? The short story collection is called Rattling Bones. It's a literary fiction collection. And I want to get that to you, so I'll be signing off and going and checking the comments and messaging you with a link. So if I don't get to you within half an hour, because I've got to process the video and all that other stuff, just shoot me a message and I'll make sure that you get a copy. And if you're here on the replay, go pick up Blood and Stone, because I think you'll enjoy it. So I'll make sure that the link for that is in the video description. And I'll also make sure that there's a link to Soul Merchants, because it's even though it's only releases June 23rd, you can actually order it right now from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, iTunes, or Kobo. And it will plop right down on your e-reader on June 23rd without you having to worry about doing a thing. You can go order it now, set it and forget it, and there it will be. Anyway. Join me at some point on Instagram if you want to see any of those sneak peeks. I'm under Thea Atkinson author. I'll try to remember to put my link for that in the video description as well. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed listening to the answers to the questions. And if you have a question, send them to me at thea@theaatkinson.com. You can join my reading tribe and get a free book. You just go to theaatkinson.com and join there, and you can get a book there. So chances to get 3 books tonight. That's pretty good. Anyway, good luck with your New Year's resolutions. I'm gonna have to go hide all my cookies. Take care. Bye-bye.